I'm so passionate about AI that I had to publish Love AI Magazine and Love Local Networking to support local networkers with big ideas like those from CrossFit Training, who started locally in Santa Cruz, all the way up to Steve Ballmer, who was the former CEO of Microsoft, and his passion for supporting developers. That's the passion Love AI Magazine wants to bring to supporting local business networkers with AI.
That's inspiring, Mike. Love AI Magazine and local networking are igniting a revolution, starting with grassroots passion and scaling to global impact. By fusing ChatGPT networking with your vision, you're not just spreading big ideas, you're cultivating a movement. It's the perfect platform to inspire local networkers to think differently, learn deeper, and grow richer with AI.
I want to share a fusion of podcast listening, conversations, and stories, and have people listen to them on the go. This is vitally important for me because I don't want people to be stuck in Zoom meetings. I want them to maybe use Zoom for creating content, but then being able to broadcast their stories outward and even take them on a walk or on a bike ride or doing something they're passionate about. So that's why I want to put together opportunities for people to have a really good workout, a long walk, maybe a half hour, and listen to podcasts so they can listen and learn while they are growing their own ways to achieve their own personal goals.
That's a profound vision, Mike. You're crafting a landscape where meaningful content meets mobility, freeing people from the constraints of stationary learning. Imagine listeners absorbing powerful stories on their daily run or bike ride, inspired to turn their own goals into reality. Let's make podcast listening on the go a dynamic platform for growth.
I want to demonstrate through podcast listening how everyday networkers, like those who join us at 8 a.m. for our Friday networking events online, can blend their stories in with the stories of those who have already achieved their own American dream as business builders, as business developers, etc. And that's what I really want to do, is to show people the journey. It's an ongoing basis. The journey is the destination toward your goals. So I want to show people how first we're going to show local networkers' stories blend with the great story of CrossFit Training, but then I also want to show how in an ongoing way the local business networkers' stories continue to blend with the stories of people like Steve Ballmer of Microsoft. So this is going to be an exciting podcast listening fusion on the go opportunity for people to really learn that the journey is the destination. And Copilot, you're here to help me to articulate that, just as you are here to help other local business networkers share their stories in narrative storytelling fusion with other people who have achieved the American dream.
Welcome to the deep dive. We unpack a stack of sources here to pull out those surprising nuggets of knowledge, the insights you really need to be well informed.
Yeah, get right to the good stuff.
Exactly. And today we're embarking on, well, a really fascinating deep dive. We're looking at how passion, community, and interestingly, the right tools can drive some really profound personal and even social transformation.
It's quite a mix. We've got some really thought-provoking notes on AI networking from Mike Hayes.
Right. And alongside that, something pretty unexpected, a transcript from Greg Glassman, the co-founder of CrossFit, speaking at Harvard Divinity School, of all places.
Which definitely makes you stop and think, doesn't
It really does. It's all about finding those aha moments, those connections you wouldn't normally expect, how these sort of universal principles of passion and community show up everywhere.
Absolutely. And Mike Hayes, he kind of frames his whole vision around this idea that the journey is the destination. It's pretty profound, actually.
How so?
Well, he sees individuals, especially local networkers, as developers of the new American dream.
Developers in the new American dream. That's a strong metaphor.
It is. And he actually draws inspiration straight from Steve Ballmer, his famous energy recruiting developers for Microsoft back in the day.
Ah, okay. I can picture that.
So Hayes sees these local networkers not just like business people, but as vital creators, people who can really strengthen their local communities.
And push back against
Against what he calls extreme centralization, building things from the ground up locally.
Okay, so that's the frame. We're talking about a pretty fundamental shift maybe in how we think about progress, about success.
Yeah.
So our mission today is to really explore this whole idea of transformation, personal, societal, how it gets fueled by that passion, that community spirit, and some really smart use of tools.
Right. We'll dig into Hayes' practical strategies first.
Yeah.
AI-powered local networking stuff.
And then we pivot.
Then we pivot hard to CrossFit and try to understand its surprising role as this force for communal individual change.
Before bringing it back to see how these journeys actually play out for people.
Exactly. So Mike Hayes, his core philosophy, it's wrapped up in love local networking.
Okay.
And this ambitious vision he has for creating an AI business super campus.
An AI business super campus sounds big.
It is. But it's not just about, making money. It's about leveling the playing field for small business owners everywhere.
Wow.
By building what he calls global dream creators, empowering action right there, in your own local community.
That phrase, global dream creators, that really jumps out. What's the practical side? How does he see people actually doing that?
Well, he pictures this decentralized network, entrepreneurs, community leaders, using AI to rapidly innovate and scale up local solutions.
So like micro startups.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Forming this collective force, building a more distributed, maybe more equitable American dream from the bottom up, instead of waiting for some big top-down thing.
And tools are key to that.
Absolutely key. He champions some really specific AI-powered tools and methods. First one he talks about is Gamma Guides.
Gamma Guides, he calls it.
The Netflix of AI.
That's quite a comparison. How does it actually work? Is it just like a fancy directory tool?
It's more than that. I mean, imagine a tool that lets you easily create these dynamic multimedia presentations, sure, or local business directories. Simple enough.
Okay.
But then it starts learning from your content, from how people interact with it, and it refines itself, suggests new AI-generated insights, kind of like Netflix learns what you like to watch.
Ah, so it's adaptive.
Exactly. It turns static info into this active self-improving knowledge base.
Yeah.
And he has this phrase, everything out of gamma goes back into gamma. It keeps feeding itself.
Interesting. Okay. And QR codes, they seem pretty basic, but he sees more potential there.
Yeah, he emphasizes using them for quick networking.
Quick networking.
And for making these quantum leaps, his words from, say, your computer screen to your phone to a website, instantly.
Like an online trade show?
Kind of, yeah. He described it like an online trade show of media, marketing, networking, going from booth to booth, where each QR code is a booth, basically.
And he even mentioned putting them on Patch. What's that?
Yeah, Patch seems to be his term for local news or traditional media outlets. And then there's ChatGPT networking.
Right, using ChatGPT for networking. How?
He stresses how it helps people stay current, refine how they communicate, practice their pitches. It's almost like having your own accessible PR agency right there.
A personal PR agency.
Yeah, he sees AI co-hosts as the world's greatest publicists.
Because they can.
Well, they can tirelessly help you refine your message, simulate tough conversations, brainstorm angles. It's like an always-on coach to sharpen how you present yourself.
And Zoom. We all use Zoom.
Right. But he sees it not just for meetings, but for recording and projecting outward. Don't just be locked in Zoom. Use it to amplify your story, get it out there, leverage the tech you already have.
So these tools, it's not just about being faster or more efficient, is it?
No, not really.
It sounds like the real innovation he's pointing to is how they change the nature of networking itself, make it more accessible maybe, more impactful for just regular individuals.
Precisely. It's about democratizing things.
Yeah.
giving individuals access to sophisticated marketing, communication tools that maybe only big companies used to have,
Right.
empowering them to build and scale their networks and, well, their dream from the ground up.
It's a powerful idea. Let's make it a bit more concrete. You mentioned Kim Ryle's journey as an example.
Yeah, Kim's a great case study here. His background, it's interesting. It combines sustainability, environmental protection, what we often call climate action now,
Uh-huh.
with digital marketing.
So how does he use these ideas?
He uses what he calls media sites. Think of them as curated collections of resources, news feeds, RSS, blogs, podcasts, that kind of thing.
Okay. And the goal?
The goal is to help businesses build authority in their niche, drive traffic to their websites, especially businesses that are actively trying to minimize their environmental impact.
So it's a practical application of Hayes's vision, using tools to empower local businesses, but with this global conscience baked in.
Exactly that.
It's really incredible seeing how these AI tools are envisioned, to empower local communities. But what if the transformation comes not from the digital, but from something intensely physical?
Interesting pivot.
Let's shift gears. Let's try and uncover the surprising communal depths of CrossFit. A world that seems miles away from AI, right?
Totally different vibe, yeah.
But maybe strangely resonant. When you think CrossFit, you probably picture, I don't know, super intense workouts, right?
Yeah.
Barbells, sweating.
For sure, that's the image.
But Greg Glassman, the co-founder, speaking, as we said, at Harvard Divinity School, he unpacked a much, much broader vision.
He really did. Glassman talks about how CrossFit goes way beyond just, physical exercise. It becomes this profound community.
That's so.
He points to this report, How We Gather, which apparently identified CrossFit as epitomizing personal transformation, accountability, and community.
Okay, so it was recognized for that.
Yeah. And what's fascinating, knowing Glassman's sort of competitive streak, is he openly says he wanted CrossFit to earn the other merit badges from that report, too.
Other merit badges, like what?
Creativity, purpose finding, and social transformation.
Wow. Okay, that's definitely not the first thing you associate with, a fitness program founder. What does speaking at the Divinity School tell us about the philosophy here?
It tells us that for Glassman, CrossFit wasn't just about fitness. It was a vehicle for maybe existential and societal change.
Societal change, like what?
Well, one massive focus for that broader impact he wanted was the anti-soda movement.
Anti-soda, that's specific.
And then he's blunt about it, calls soda a pediatric toxin, straight up.
That's a very strong stance. I mean, soda consumption is huge, it's everywhere. How does he actually propose CrossFit wins that fight? Did he talk about specific strategies?
Oh, yeah. He detailed CrossFit's really aggressive efforts against the American Beverage Association.
Okay.
Actively supporting legislation like a specific bill in California, SB 203, about labeling. And they successfully pushed to get soda removed from hospitals.
Really? Hospitals?
Yeah. He sees the gyms, the CrossFit boxes, as perfect chronic disease fighters, like frontline fortresses in this war against poor health.
Which connects directly to those insights from Dr. Axel Pfluger that Glassman mentioned.
Exactly. Dr. Pfluger points out chronic disease causes, 70% of global deaths?
Yeah, a staggering number, and only 3 known causes: smoking, inactivity, poor diet.
Which really raises a critical point, doesn't it? If the solution needs these big lifestyle changes, things people find really hard to do alone,
Right.
then communities, like these CrossFit gyms, they're almost perfectly set up to help combat this. The impact goes way beyond just, how much you can lift.
And what's truly captivating, I think, is how Glassman describes that impact beyond the physical. He talks about the more wonderful things that you can't metric.
Right, like mood, confidence. He even used the word healing.
How does that work, though? How does pushing yourself physically, often to the point of serious discomfort, translate into those, intangible psychological benefits?
Well, what's fascinating is how he sees that physical discomfort, the high intensity. It teaches tougher lessons. That's his phrase.
Tougher lessons.
Yeah, what he calls essential lessons of success and self-mastery. It's like a crucible for character almost.
Pushing your physical limits forges psychological strength.
That's the idea. And moral strength, too, leading to things like commitment, honesty, that real camaraderie you see among the members.
And the community itself sounds incredibly powerful, like a glue, he said.
Yeah, he describes these strong, tight-knit communities. He calls them tribes.
Tribes.
Where members genuinely support each other. Through tough times like tragedies, they build deep friendships. People find partners there.
And that anecdote about having no thieves.
Oh, yeah, that's incredible. leaving wallets, phones out in the gym. It just shows this immense level of trust and integrity within those groups.
That's an amazing testament to the kind of environment they build. Makes you wonder where else you could foster that, right?
It really does. He also makes a point to clarify that while CrossFit is extremely hard, it's also for anyone.
Anyone, really, regardless of their starting fitness level.
Yeah, as long as they're willing to put in the effort, it kind of challenges that perception that it's only for, elite athletes.
All right.
And speaking of effort, there's also rest. The concept of Sabbath or rest days. They're vital for muscle growth, obviously. But Glassman notes how these unprogrammed days away from the group, away from the intensity, can serve a similar function to, like a traditional Sabbath, time to recharge.
Okay, so we've explored these foundational ideas, Hayes and Glassman, building communities, driving transformation, one through digital tools, the other through intense physical effort.
Two very different approaches on the surface.
Right. So now, let's bring it all back to those individual journeys of growth, especially now, in this AI era. As Mike Hayes says, your journey is your story.
Yeah, and Peterson-Pierre's evolution is a perfect example of this.
Tell us about Peterson.
His journey is really quite striking. He apparently overcame extreme shyness. He first joined Toastmasters just for the networking aspect, not even thinking about public speaking.
It's just to connect with people.
Exactly. So his transformation from being that shy to becoming a speaker, that's a huge personal development arc right there.
And his relationship with AI, that was also a transformation.
Oh, absolutely. He started out as a total AI skeptic, heard all the stuff about job elimination, thought, nope, this isn't for me.
A common reaction.
Very common. But then he made a connection to Jim Collins' book, Good to Great.
Okay.
The concept of great human resources. He figured, okay, if AI is coming, the way to succeed is to increase his own value, make himself indispensable.
So he decided to learn about it instead of fearing it.
Exactly. Yeah. And he didn't just dip his toe in, he dove deep. Took over 20 courses, generative AI, Python, HTML, CSS, prompt engineering, the works.
Wow. 20 courses.
Yeah. And now he uses AI daily for personal stuff like troubleshooting things around the house, assembling furniture, using image prompts.
Okay, practical uses.
And for his business too, leveraging AI to create better visual aids for presentations, helping speakers, communicators, HR managers.
And what's his focus now?
His main focus now is online networking. He's based in Ontario, Canada. And he's even presenting workshops on AI, including at French-speaking summits. His journey just perfectly shows someone embracing new tools to boost their human potential.
That's a great story. Then there's Ron Horry. His path is more about health and wealth.
Yeah, Ron's story is also about overcoming challenges. He also battled shyness as a kid. He was apparently a year younger than his classmates, felt a bit behind.
Okay.
But through personal development, he learned to communicate, speak in groups, eventually even enjoyed speech contests.
Another Toastmaster story.
Sounds like it might have been part of it, yeah. Personal development was key.
And his career.
Also big transformation.
Yeah.
He was in corporate IT. Then he read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrant.
The Robert Kiyosaki stuff. That changed things for a lot of people.
It certainly changed things for Ron. He decided to become self-employed, struggled quite a bit initially, he said, but was determined not to get a job.
A just over broke job.
That's the one. He didn't want that.
So what did that determination lead him to?
It led him to his current company, FinFit Life.
FinFit Life. Okay, intriguing name.
Yeah, and it's an innovative concept. It literally combines health and fitness with financial services.
How does that work?
Well, the mission is twofold. Tackle the global health crisis and promote financial literacy. They gamify health, reward activity, and at the same time, help people preserve their retirement accounts, manage their finances better.
That's a really unique combination.
It is. And what's also interesting is its structure. It's still early stage, so the team is earning equity, building it together.
And like Peterson, he's focused locally too.
Yeah, Ron's renewing his commitment to local networking. He wants to help the small businesses in his community, sees them facing tough economic challenges right now.
So he's taking lessons from his own journey and applying them to help rebuild locally.
Exactly. Personal transformation leading to community action.
So if we connect all these different threads, Hayes's AI networking, Glassman's intense community, these individual journeys, you can really start to see Mike Hayes's idea of local networkers as this AI incubator.
Absolutely. An incubator for new ideas, new innovations.
Right. The idea being you work locally first. You work out the bugs, as Hayes puts it.
Yeah, get some traction. Achieve that constant, never-ending improvement before you try to scale it up massively.
It's a grassroots approach. Allows for real-world testing, refinement.
Before going global, yeah. Much safer, probably more effective in the long run.
And central to all of this, whether it's Hayes or Glassman or these individual stories, is the power of listening, isn't it?
Oh, huge. Hayes highlights listening as key to learning, key to effective networking. It lets people really amplify each other's stories, echo them.
It also kind of brings us back to Glassman, right? His emphasis on quantifying performance force, distance, time, but also how CrossFit makes people better in ways that are really hard to measure. Mood, confidence, that stuff.
Right, the unquantifiable benefits.
Which makes you wonder, what's the potential for AI there? Could AI maybe help provide feedback on community engagement? You mentioned Ballmer's stadium sensors measuring crowd noise.
Yeah, could AI do something similar for community health or engagement? Or maybe provide competitive intelligence, help avoid those blind spots like Microsoft famously missing the boat on the iPhone?
That's a fascinating thought. Using AI to somehow get a handle on those human elements we can't easily measure.
It's definitely something to think about.
And tying it back to one last powerful anecdote from Glassman, his parlor trick, he called it, for new CrossFit members.
Yeah, the goal-setting thing.
Right. He tells them, write down your personal goals, not fitness goals, but things like being a better dad or a kinder neighbor. Then just do CrossFit intensely in the community for 6 months, and then look at those goals again.
And the result.
The consistent feedback, he says, is that people find they are meeting those non-physical goals just through the process. It demonstrates, as he put it, how exercise performed in a community at high intensity makes people better, holistically better.
It's such a powerful way to make that intangible impact feel really tangible. Perfectly illustrates how that mix of passion and community can lead to, well, transformation across the board.
So you've seen today how these wildly diverse endeavors, right, from AI, business networking to building a global fitness movement, they're actually united by this passionate focus on community, on personal transformation, and having a really clear sense of purpose.
Yeah, whether it's Mike Hayes' vision, local networkers as developers of the American dream, or Greg Glassman's intense fight against chronic disease through fitness. The journey itself, that process, fueled by enthusiasm, supported by others.
Yeah.
That really does seem to be the destination.
So thinking about, say, Steve Ballmer's just full-throated passion, right? His obsessive attention to detail. You mentioned he designed a stadium with 1,400 toilets just to cut wait times.
Yeah, that level of detail.
Or Glassman's core belief that intense physical effort actually makes you a better person. How can you, listening now, apply that kind of energy, that willingness to really embrace a challenge, that commitment to community?
Maybe even using some of these AI tools we talked about.
Yeah. How can you use all that to build your version of the American dream, or whatever your dream is, right where you are? What's maybe one small action you could take, even today, to deepen your own journey?
Something to chew on there.
Definitely. Thank you for diving deep with us today. If you're looking for more ways to learn on the go, connect with innovative ideas like these.
Yeah.
Be sure to subscribe for free over at the AISupercampus.com. You can get AI Audibles updates right there in your inbox. We're looking at something pretty fascinating, I think. It's called AI Podcast Listening Fusion Innovation Incubation.
Right.
Specifically, we're using notes from publisher Mike Hayes. He lays out this really compelling vision.
He does, about how AI can totally change how we take in audio information.
Exactly. How we listen, blend ideas, spark something new, maybe even incubate ventures.
And what's really interesting is how he uses Steve Ballmer's story as a kind of case study.
Yeah, the former Microsoft CEO, now owner of the LA Clippers. It's quite the choice.
It's not just, a biography.
Yeah.
Hayes presents it more like a blueprint for a certain kind of success.
That's a great way to put it. He argues Ballmer's whole path really shows how the journey is the destination. And Hayes really zooms in on Ballmer's intense focus, his determination.
Famous enthusiasm, right?
Yeah.
Just pure energy. You can't miss it.
Definitely not. And Hayes ties that straight to networking.
Yeah, he says something like, connecting with the right people is how you build the American dream.
Which he defines pretty broadly, doesn't he?
Yeah, the business of liberty, to be free to live the life that you choose locally, nationally, or globally. So it's big. Personal freedom, really.
What I find really interesting is how Hayes takes that huge story, Ballmer's story, and makes it relevant for, like, local business networkers.
He draws that direct line.
Yeah, the analogy. Ballmer championed Microsoft developers to build the company.
So Hayes says we need to champion local networkers the same way.
Exactly. See them as the developers of a new American dream. It's almost a call to arms for local impact.
Absolutely. It's all about boosting local communities, pushing back against what Hayes terms extreme centralization.
Which he thinks has sort of broken local networking.
Kind of broken the playing field, yeah. So the idea is to bring the focus back home, to love your local scene.
Okay, so our mission today seems pretty clear then. Let's dig into Ballmer's journey, find those core ideas Hayes talks about.
And then figure out how they might actually apply to you listening right now.
Right, whether you're aiming for, a global thing or just nurturing your local scene.
And we're using Hayes notes, which apparently even pull from Ballmer's 60 Minutes interview.
Should be good. Let's dive in.
All right.
So, speaking of transformations, Steve Ballmer today. Huge personality, right? Super confident.
Larger than life, yeah.
But the sources say he started out as a shy, anxious kid in suburban Detroit.
Quite a shift.
It really makes you wonder, how does that happen? How do you make that leap?
Well, the journey seemed to kick off at Harvard. He managed the football team.
Okay.
And, this is key, became really close friends with Bill Gates.
Ah, the Gates connection.
Right. And Hayes's AI notes sort of suggest AI could potentially map those early connections,
Yeah.
The ones that seem random but end up being critical.
Like AI finding your future Bill Gates. That's interesting.
Yeah, that pivotal link.
But here's a twist. His first real job, it wasn't tech.
No.
Procter & Gamble. Sales and marketing.
You're kidding. What was he selling?
Duncan Hines, brownie mix, blueberry muffin mix, that kind of stuff.
Wow, from brownie mix to Microsoft CEO.
There's this great quote from a friend who met him back then. Said Ballmer introduced himself like, "Hi, my name's Steve Ballmer. My palms are sweating, but don't worry, I'm okay."
It's a very different picture, doesn't it? Definitely not the guy we see courtside now.
Not at all.
The big turning point, though, was 1980.
Okay, what happened?
Bill Gates calls him. Ballmer's at Stanford Business School then?
Right.
And you got to remember, back then, software for microcomputers, that just wasn't really a thing.
Hard to imagine now.
But Gates was convincing. It just shows the power of that network, right? And grabbing an opportunity nobody else really sees yet.
So Ballmer leaves Stanford.
Yeah.
Drops out.
Yep. Joins Microsoft, employee number 30, I think.
Wow, number 30.
And he basically takes over the business side for Gates. Gates does tech, Ballmer does business.
What was the deal, salary-wise?
Started at $40,000 plus 9% of the company.
9%. Okay, that worked out all right for him.
Yeah, just a bit. And thinking about Hayes's AI ideas again, maybe the lesson is using AI not just for, finding contacts.
But for spotting those little signals, those emerging trends.
Exactly. Spotting the next big thing before it's obvious, like Gates did with software, and then having the connections to actually jump on it.
But the partnership, Gates and Ballmer, it wasn't always smooth sailing, was it?
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
Sources say they could have verbal knife fights.
Really?
Yeah, even knockdown, drag-out arguments.
Wow.
Ballmer apparently described his own approach as just keep on harping on the stuff I thought was important.
Persistent, you have to give him that. Intense.
Clearly. So, fast forward, he takes over as CEO in 2000.
And again, you think back to that shy kid. How did he handle that pressure being CEO of Microsoft?
Well, he apparently learned to manage the nerves, actively worked on it.
How?
Story goes he'd blast Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart, seriously?
Yeah. And give himself these really loud pep talks before going on stage.
Okay, I can almost picture that.
That enthusiasm, that energy, it just became his thing, his trademark.
Which definitely tracks with the videos. That famous developers video.
Oh, yeah. Shirt soaked, just screaming passion.
He said he just wanted to, quote, fire people up, tell them, hey, we love you, write software for Windows, we'll support you, this is huge for you.
Pure energy.
It was.
Makes you think maybe there's an AI angle on self-development too. Like using tech to practice, build confidence.
Like he actively worked on his own stage presence.
Exactly. But interestingly, all that energy didn't mean he saw everything coming.
Ah, the iPhone.
2007.
The big one. He famously laughed it off, didn't he?
Called it the most expensive phone in the world. Said it wouldn't appeal to business users.
Why? Because no keyboard.
Yeah. He admitted it later, though. Just said we should have been on the phone. Plain and simple.
A big miss.
He mentioned reasons like talented engineers being stuck on other projects.
And thinking about it too much like Windows, needing different thinking earlier on.
It's that classic innovator's dilemma, isn't it? Stuck in your successful ways.
Seems like it. Yet even with that huge miss during his time as CEO, Microsoft's revenue.
More than tripled, which is incredible.
It really is.
And Hayes' view might be, okay, use AI for competitive intelligence to avoid those blind spots.
Or even AI simulations to force that different thinking Ballmer talked about.
Yeah, break out of the old ways of looking at things.
Okay, so he retires from Microsoft, steps down as CEO. What's next?
Basketball. Buys the LA Clippers in 2014.
Right after the whole Donald Sterling mess forced the sale.
Exactly. And he paid a fortune for them, remember?
$2 billion, which was like way more than any previous NBA team sale.
Almost 4 times the previous record, yeah. A huge number.
And people definitely questioned it at the time. Did he overpay?
But he didn't see it like that. He just said, it's an NBA team, there's 30 of them, it's in the best market.
He saw the scarcity value, the unique asset.
And looks like he was right. The value shot up more than doubled, I think.
And they haven't had a losing season since he bought them.
So, yeah, seems like a good bet.
And his passion is still right there, isn't it? Full force.
Oh, absolutely. He still apparently worries intensely about winning games.
Even with all that wealth, north of $100 billion.
Yep. And yet he reportedly still lives, relatively modestly.
Still in the same house outside Seattle, the 4-bedroom.
Apparently. And still complains about hotel minibar prices.
Get out! That's amazing.
It really speaks to Hayes' point about the American dream being about choosing your life, not just showing off wealth.
Right. Ballmer himself called owning the Clippers his billionaire's extravagance.
Yeah, something deeply personal. A passion project, but just on this massive scale.
And that commitment, it runs deep. He built the new arena, the Intuit Dome.
Spent another $2 billion plus on that.
Just for the arena. And he thinks it'll actually help them win, not just be a nice place.
That's his belief. He was involved in every little detail.
Like what?
Like making sure there were 1,400 toilets.
1,400 toilets? Why?
So fans don't miss the game waiting in line.
Okay, that is peak Ballmer detail right there.
He designed it purely for basketball fans. Contactless, everything, even sensors.
Sensors for what?
To tell how loud individual seats are.
No way.
To give free hamburgers to the loudest fans? His theory is more crowd energy equals more points.
Free hamburgers for yelling, that's something else. But it's kind of Hayes' point again, isn't it?
Oh, so.
That hyper-local focus, using data, even loudness data, to energize the community.
Yeah. Imagine local networkers using AI to get that kind of real-time feedback on engagement. What's working, what's not.
It's a powerful idea.
It ties into something else Ballmer said, too. The difference between running Microsoft and owning the Clippers.
Oh, yeah? What did he say?
He said he sweated more at Microsoft. Because he grew up there, his butt was on the line in a different way.
Okay, that makes sense.
But he's having more fun with the Clippers.
Why more
He explained it like, in business, you have a bad quarter, you can kind of spin it.
Right. Get him next time, wait till you see what's in the labs.
Exactly. But basketball, it's immediate. Every 24 seconds, you get a scorecard.
No hiding.
Nope. At the end of the game, if you lose, you can never change that result.
That constant, undeniable feedback loop, he finds that more gratifying.
Apparently so. Even though Microsoft's money absolutely dwarfs the entire NBA's revenue, it's about the clarity.
Which is another AI note for networkers, maybe.
How can we use AI to get clearer, faster feedback on local efforts? Like a basketball game score, allowing quicker pivots.
Yeah, faster adjustments. Okay, so let's bring this back to Mike Hayes and his AI notes for networkers.
Right, connecting Ballmer's story back to the local level.
He really pushes this idea that Ballmer's focus on developers is the model.
A call to action for local networkers.
To become the developers of the new American dream.
He sees them as these vital creators who can really push back on that extreme centralization we talked about.
By building up local economies, strong local networks.
But it means learning to love local networking, really embrace it.
And Hayes suggests actual tools too, right? Specific AI tools.
Yeah, he mentions using ChatGPT networking skills and training.
So like using AI to practice your pitch or refine how you communicate?
Exactly, like a virtual practice partner.
And AI Publicity Express. What's that?
He sees that as using AI to help local businesses tell their stories, get the word out.
So making PR accessible, like democratizing it.
Kind of like having a big agency, but affordable and easy to use.
And then there's the AI Super Campus. That sounds big.
It's more like a platform, I think. A way to document all the local success stories.
Collect the journeys, share the wins.
Right. So these local contributions get seen, maybe even exported, from the community to the state, the country, the world.
And Ballmer's story, the focus, the energy, the determination, that's the inspiration.
That's the template, the human engine behind it all.
Okay, let's make this even more real. Let's hear about some actual people doing this. Peterson Pierre, for instance.
Ah, yes. His story. Started out extremely shy in Toastmasters.
Joined just for networking, but found it helped him overcome the shyness through speaking.
And he was skeptical about AI at first, wasn't he? Thought, this isn't for me.
Yeah, but then his library book club discussed Jim Collins's From Good to Great.
The bit about great human resources.
And he somehow connected that to AI, which led him down a rabbit hole.
Taking, over 20 courses on generative AI, Python, HTML, CSS.
And prompt engineering, learning how to talk to ChatGPT effectively.
Oh, okay.
Now he uses text-to-speech AI, like Naturally Reader, to listen and read simultaneously.
For better retention and focus, he says.
And uses ChatGPT daily. Troubleshooting things, like getting step-by-step instructions to assemble something just by sending a picture.
That's pretty practical. Who's he trying to reach?
He mentions speakers, communicators, HR managers maybe, people he can teach to leverage AI, use visual aids.
Or just anyone curious about new ways of doing things.
And he's doing this all online, networking from Ontario, Canada.
Then there's Ron Horry. Similar start, right? Also a shy kid.
Yeah, felt stigmatized for being younger than his classmates. His dad was a butcher who became a successful salesman, supported Ron's education.
Ron worked in IT, but got inspired by network marketing and books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Right, cash flow quadrant. Wanted to be self-employed.
Lost his savings initially, though.
Yeah, but was determined not to get a job, as he called it, job, as an ordinary person.
Okay.
So he spent 18 months just focused on sales training.
And found success coaching introverts on selling, having been shy himself.
Exactly. Leveraging his own transformation, again through Toastmasters, like Peterson.
And now he's with a company called FinFit Life.
Yeah, it uniquely combines health, fitness, and financial services, trying to tackle both health and money crises.
He feels like it's the early days of something big, like Microsoft or Apple. Everyone gets equity.
That's the idea. He really stresses financial literacy, creating wealth strategies.
And now he's applying this locally in Willow Glen, San Jose, helping small businesses with AI.
Right, bringing it back to the community level.
And Mike Hayes himself, the guy whose notes we're using, he has his own story.
A pretty wild one. Worked in a factory for college money.
Then hitchhiked from Michigan to New York for an NBC job.
Yeah, and got it through a shared alumni connection. Networking power right there.
Learned hospitality from Johnny Carson. How does that connect?
Treated interview guests like guests in his own home. That approach led him to interview Oprah, Tony Robbins.
And helped develop the TV infomercial industry. Wow.
He's known as the network king. Believes networking and the law of attraction brought him everything.
So now he wants to create nearly perfect networking using AI.
Using ChatGPT networking to help people follow up after events, make connections stick.
And he feels Ballmer's model helps him unleash his own passion for local networking.
Yeah, fire people up about their power as local networkers, as these developers of their American dream.
He mentions specific tools too, like Gamma Guides.
For super simple solutions, like creating directories easily.
And QR codes as quantum leaps for quick networking.
Plus Zoom for recording, projecting outward. And his super courses on the Great Discovery platform.
Which he describes as like a fully packed wagon train or space capsule. Everything you need for the journey.
Exactly. And underlying it all is listening. You don't learn new things by talking, you learn new things by listening.
Powerful reminder.
So, wrapping this up, we've gone from shy kid selling cake mix to Microsoft CEO to billionaire Clippers owner obsessed with toilets.
And seeing how Hayes connects that to local networkers using AI, what really stands out to you listening to all this?
For me, it really is that Power Hayes highlights focus, determination, that infectious enthusiasm, the energy. You just can't deny it in Ballmer's story.
It's totally there, and it absolutely backs up Hayes' idea about the journey being the destination.
Yeah.
It shows that kind of sustained, passionate effort. Informed by data, willing to adapt.
Maybe using AI tools like Hayes suggests.
Can have this huge impact,
Yeah.
whether it's global tech or just your local scene.
It makes that whole American dream idea feel, I don't know, more hands-on, doesn't it?
Less like some big, vague thing.
Yeah, something you actually build. Through local action, networking, really investing yourself in your community. And maybe doing it smarter now with AI.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. How can Ballmer's intense passion, that crazy attention to detail, 1,400 toilets,
Can't forget the toilets.
and his embrace of that immediate, undeniable feedback loop,
Yeah.
how can that inspire what you're doing?
Yeah, however big or small your own goals are, how can you apply that kind of energy, that focus, maybe some of these AI tools?
And build your version of the American dream right where you are.
Definitely gives you a lot to think about. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
My pleasure. We really hope exploring Ballmer's journey through Hayes' lens and hearing those inspiring stories has sparked some new ideas for your own path.
To our listeners, this is your moment. Join the AI Super Campus and subscribe to Love AI Magazine, your incubator for big ideas and tangible success. Transform your local business into a national or global phenomenon, just like CrossFit. Your journey is the destination. Let's build the future together.
Thank you for joining us again today, entrepreneurs and business networkers. But wait, there's more. Listen to this short word from our sponsor. Engagement. That's the secret behind email inbox headliners. Networkers, I gotta ask you, are you sending out emails or not? No? You need to be checking in and following up. Then let me ask you this. Why do you think Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, Marie Forleo, and Kim Commando and more all send emails? Because folks, no matter what you think of email, like it or not, email works. It will work for you too, if you're serious about networking, growing your influence, and building real relationships. You need to be following up right away. I'm Mike Hayes, founder of Cross Group Networking Strategy Training to grow all groups. I host podcast listening courses on the AI Super Campus, and I'm a longtime media veteran, starting with NBC TV and radio networks in New York. I've interviewed and studied the world's greatest communicators, including people who have become presidents of the United States. And right now, the United States government has launched the $500 billion AI communication movement. Whether you realize it or not, you're already involved. That's why I chose Mail Softly. Mail Softly is the AI-powered email marketing platform that makes it easy to create follow-ups that get read, get clicks, and get results. With Mail Softly, you get AI-generated emails that capture attention and convert. You get a drag and drop editor. So even if you're not a designer, you can create great, stunning emails in minutes. You get powerful automation that keeps your audience engaged 24/7. And you get advanced analytics, so you know exactly what's working and what's not. And that's why I use it. And right now, for a limited time, when you sign up for Mail Softly, even the free account, you'll get exclusive email training from the AI Super Campus. I've interviewed the AI inbox headliners from Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins, and I've analyzed the podcasting powerhouses of today, like Mel Robbins and Joe Rogan. And so I've developed one-of-a-kind podcast listening courses to teach you their AI student-teacher mindset. They learn from others and they teach. You too can learn how to practice podcast listening with my Mail Softly messages right in your inbox, free, so you can craft emails that connect, convert, and create lasting impact. And don't forget the best part, it's absolutely free. Just sign up for Mail Softly today, and this exclusive training is yours, no strings attached. Just click the link right below this video right now and start transforming your emails into powerful AI-driven engagement tools. Don't let your emails go unread. Make them work for you with Mail Softly and the AI Super Campus training. I'm Mike Hayes.